Welcome to LisaJHaskins.com, a space after the crazy making and brokenness of a toxic, controlling relationship. Know that you are not alone. You can empower yourself and regain trust in yourself and others with the knowledge, support, and research tips, tools, and strategies of the heart and mind. You can learn to listen deeply to your true self. You can remember who you are at the core. Trust, empowerment, peace. Today, I'm going to share information about the cycle of an abusive narcissist in hopes that this will serve you in your healing and on your journey to peace. If you look at the graph, you'll see that number 1 is the adoration stage, and the cycle of an abusive narcissist who is controlling, manipulative, emotionally, psychologically, and or physically abusive follows the same pattern of abuse as a classic abuser. The skin and bones may change of these folks, but the stories of my clients and other folks who have visited my websites are so familiar, and it's actually extremely frightening and mind-numbing to be in the grips, as we know, of these types of toxic narcissists. But the stories from the victims are so similar. Again, stage number 1, adoration. This is your love bombing. This is when the compliments galore. You're getting showered with gifts. You know, we start feeling like a princess, like really special, like we've just been joined with our soulmate. It's really overwhelming and it happens very quickly. That is one of the red flags. And you're moving slowly, you'll start moving into stage 2, and that's when there's some tension starts to build. You know, the narcissistic abuser, or the toxic one, as I'm going to refer to them throughout this, is, you know, makes subtle suggestions for improvement, perhaps name calling, criticizing, even some public humiliation, but disguising it as joking. You know, oh, I was just kidding. You know, you're so sensitive. Provoking arguments. There may be some simmering anger and some explosions. But we start to realize that we're kind of walking on eggshells. We're afraid to provoke the anger of the toxic one. And we're monitoring our responses because we're afraid. We're starting to feel afraid of this person in some sense. And we're trying to get things to return to this adoration stage, the stage 1. And after stage 2, you move into it gets much more serious, and the spaces may close between stage 1 and stage 3, but there's more exertion of control and abuse. There's more outrageous behavior that now we're attempting to control the out-of-control behavior of the toxic one. The out-of-control behavior can take all sorts of forms: outrageous flirting, gambling, addictions. Many narcissistic abusers have addictions. And again, the abusive treatment: psychological, emotional, physical, blaming everyone and everything but themselves. They start to isolate the victim, and the toxic one will take no personal responsibility or accountability. That's when projection comes in. They start blaming you. And again, they start threatening to leave. What do you want me to leave? And again, they're testing you. Of course, you get very panicky and are apologizing because you don't want them to leave. It's the trauma bonding. Again, the narcissistic abuser, the toxic one, has absolutely no empathy. Silent treatment as punishment can come in here. Gaslighting. Oh my goodness. You absolutely think you are going crazy. You think you are crazy, and you convince yourself that you are at fault, and you're trying desperately to control the unpredictability of this person. And then stage 4, things start to calm down a bit. The abusive narcissist may apologize and make excuses and actually try to, say it's never going to happen again. You provoked me, or I was drunk. They make promises. Yes, I'll go to counseling. They don't go to counseling. They're never going to go to counseling. They may pretend the abuse didn't happen. It's amazing. They actually appear to forget that what they may have done to you. They may bring gifts, and then you start to feel a little relieved, and you start making excuses and justifying. Oh, see, here he is. He's back again. This is the man I married. I just need to act better. I need to be better behaved. I can help him. I can save him. I just need to, when he starts to get angry, I just need to, go into the next room, and then you're thinking, and your cognitive distortions are so huge at this point, you're not even realizing that the physical and psychological danger that you're in. We do go to great lengths to avoid the truth. We are ignoring the reality of what is literally staring us right in the face. And the truth is, we just think if we don't acknowledge it, we think it's not happening. We actually forget incidences. Unless you start writing it down, you actually forget. And we just push down the way we're feeling and all our emotions, and we just are. It's called denial. We justify the unjustifiable. For myself, after 18 years being married to a narcissistic abuser, I'm going to tell you the final breaking point for me came when the spaces between each stage of the cycle became so short and closer together that it became too difficult for my mind to trick me. And the voice inside me, my body, everything was telling me, screaming from the inside, screaming for me to save myself. And this is when I finally decided to save myself. Freedom and peace. There's nothing like it. Thank you for listening. And remember, you are not crazy and you are not alone.